Hi, I'm Suthashini Subramaniam and my metric number is A22A1139. I reviewed an article titled From Crisis to Continuity, Disaster Responsive Logistic in Flood-Prone Regions of Malaysia. The intro for the article is that every year, monsoon floods sweep across Malaysia, affecting thousands of families, and especially in Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang and Johor states. From 2020 to 2025, these floods have become more frequent and more intense. From there, we see how our current logistic system often fails, as in critical supplies like food, water, and medicine. This shows a bigger problem. Our logistics are reactive but not prepared. It's not just about moving goods but about saving life and restoring hope. That's why we need a shift from crisis response to proactive, sustainable planning and a system that's ready before disaster strikes. Our goal is clear, which is to build a future where no one is left behind. On top of that, this slide is about issues and problems highlighted from the article. While Malaysia has improved its disaster responses over the years, several major issues still hold us back. During floods, the first 24 hours to 48 hours are very crucial. This causes serious delays in delivering food, clean water and medical aid. Even with multiple agencies involved, poor condition leads to a duplicated aid in some places while others are left behind. Decision making often happens remotely without understanding the actual conditions on the ground, which leads to a mismatched solution that don't meet the real needs. This slide explains suggestion methodology used. Methodology overview: for this research, we used a mixed methods, human-centered approach to understand how flood logistics function in Malaysia. It wasn't just about numbers, but we wanted to hear the voice of those directly affected. Interviews were conducted with flood survivors, volunteers, NADMA officials and NGO leaders and district health officers. We also reviewed secondary data such as disaster response report, weather forecast and news coverage from 2020 to 2025. This helped us compare what was planned versus what happened during the flood events. On the other hand, analysis tools and ethics are used to understand where and why logistics fail. We use GIS mapping to visualize affected regions and identify key bottlenecks like relief centers that become unreachable due to collapsed roads. We applied thematic analysis to organize key insights into categories like delayed response, lack of equipment, and local self-organization. We also conducted a SWOT analysis to assess the logistics system's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Importantly, ethical care was at the heart of our research. All participants gave informed consent and personal data was anonymized to respect their privacy and trauma. For the recommendation and solution based on the insight gathered, our recommendation begins with preparation before a flood happens. First, we suggest building community-based logistic hub, especially in rural areas. These small warehouses can store important supplies like food and medicine and be managed by trained local volunteers. We also recommend upgrading early warning systems so that even remote communities get timely alerts. During a flood, it's important to respond quick and fairly. A central logistic dashboard accessible by all agencies can help prevent overlap and ensure that supplies go where they are most needed. We also recommended deploying mobile logistic units such as truck or boats filled with food and medicine to move through affected areas. Local command centers should be allowed to act fast with pre-approved budgets and suppliers. In addition, drones and AI tools can be used to assess damage and find areas that need urgent help. Last but not least, for the conclusion, floods are a natural part of life in Malaysia, but the widespread suffering they cause doesn't have to be. The year from 2020 to 2025 have exposed both the failures and the quiet resilience within our disaster logistics system. This report highlights major gaps, delayed aid, poor infrastructure and lack of coordination. But it also points to real solution, community-based logistic hubs, better technology, trained volunteers and early action. As climate risk grow, disaster logistics is no longer optional, it's a national duty. A country reveals its true character by how it protects its most vulnerable during crisis. With empathy, strategy and unity, Malaysia has the power not just to survive the floods, but emerge stronger than before. Thank you.